Hello students, in the previous session we discussed the application of biotechnology. Biotechnology is of four types on the basis in which field it is applied. It is green biotechnology when applied in agriculture, it is red biotechnology when it is applied in medicines, it is white or grey biotechnology when applied in the industries for the large scale production of different molecules, different substances required for the mankind, essential for mankind. It is blue biotechnology when it is applied for the marine products, marine organisms. So by using the rDNA technology, recombinant DNA technology, by the method of genetic engineering, gene manipulation, scientists have developed various types of plants like the bacterial resistant, viral resistant, the insect resistant, so we can see the pest resistant plants where the pesticide use is reduced, herbicidal resistant plants, so reducing the herbicide use of herbicides, the frost resistant plant, the flavor saver tomatoes are developed, the transgenic golden rice is produced with the high level of beta carotene which is the precursor of vitamin A. Even the biotechnology, the genetic engineering is used for the production of the various products like the vaccines, the therapeutic molecules and the amino acids, the peptides, peptide hormones, okay, like the human growth hormone, somatostatin, insulin, monoclonal antibodies. With the use of genetic engineering, with the application of biotechnology, scientists could able to develop, synthesize the different type of the molecules like hormones, the vaccines, the proteins which are essential required for the mankind for the betterment of the human population. In this session we are going to discuss the genetically engineered human insulin. As we know, insulin is a proteinaceous hormone, that pancreatic hormone secreted from the beta cells of islands of Langerhans. What is the insulin? Insulin is a proteinaceous, proteinaceous hormone secreted from beta cells of islands of Langerhans. Islands of Langerhans is the endocrine part of the we have studied in the 11th class, isn't it? So Langerhans is the endocrine part of the pancreas which secretes various type of cells. Endocrine cells secrete various different type of hormones. It is the insulin. Insulin is a hypoglycemic. It is a hypoglycemic hormone which helps in the maintenance of glucose, glycogen balance. Hypoglycemic means it controls the sugar. Hypoglycemic hormone helps in the maintenance of glucose glycogen balance. And it reduces the blood sugar, storing it as the cellular glycogen. It reduces the blood sugar storing into the cells as glycogen. So its deficiency causes the diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is a disorder due to the deficiency of insulin when the sugar is not stored in the portion. It was first noticed. Okay, the deficiency of insulin causes diabetes mellitus. It was first noticed by Sir Edward Sir P. Safford in the year 1916. Was first noticed by Sir Edward Safford in the year 1916 that notice the diabetes mellitus. Okay, I am writing DM. DM is cause due to the failure of secretion of some secretion of islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans. So whose first notice? Sir Edward P. Safford in 1916. Insulin what came from island. Okay, so the insula, that word, Latin word, the insulin word derived from insulin term is derived from a Latin word insula. Insula means island. The Bentinck and West first extracted the insulin from the dog, and it is used for the diabetic patients to cure them. The Bentinck and the dogs, isolated the dogs insulin to cure the diabetes, to cure the diabetes of the patient. And the American company Eli Lilly first produced the human insulin in the year 1983. How it is synthesized by using the E. coli. As we discussed, the microbial synthesis occurs, the medicinal products, the drugs, the hormones, the vaccines are produced by using the microorganisms. So, microbial synthesis of the hormones or the medicinal products occurs. So, we can see the genetically engineered or microbial synthesis of human insulin. Okay, write about this. Human insulin was first produced, synthesized by American firm Eli Lilly in the year 1983 on 5th July with the trade name Humulin. Humulin, you see, it came from the human insulin, HUM and ULIN. Okay, from this human insulin only they have taken the name Humulin. Before this, the people, as we discussed, the people, human population was suffering from the diabetes mellitus, that is due to the deficiency of insulin. So, how they were getting cured? For them, for the diabetic patients, the insulin was collected from the cattle, the slaughtered cattle and pigs. So insulin was previously, before the 1993, before this, insulin for diabetic patients were collected from diabetic patients were extracted, we can say extracted from slaughtered cattle and pigs. It is known that about 70 pigs were slaughtered, were sacrificed to provide insulin for one diabetic patient in one's life. About 70 pigs were killed. 70 pigs were sacrificed to provide insulin for one person, to provide insulin for one patient in one's life. Even the animals' insulin are not exactly similar, not similar in molecular structure with the human insulin. So, using the animals' insulin was developing allergy and some other reactions. What are the drawbacks? These are the drawbacks of use of the animals. Drawbacks of using animals insulin. Using animal insulin. How many animals were sacrificed or were required to be sacrificed? And molecular structure of animals insulin was not similar. Molecular structure was not similar. Not similar with the human. That resulting the allergies and other reactions means we can say side effects. Giving rise the side effects. So it was highly essential for the synthesis of human insulin after the development of the recombinant DNA technology by the help of genetic engineering by manipulating the gene. So gene of interest, that is the human gene for insulin. The gene of interest is present in the chromosome number 11. The gene of interest, that is the gene of insulin interest, that is gene of insulin gene. You can say insulin gene is present in chromosome 11, chromosome number 11. And actually this insulin is produced in mammals including human being in a inactive stage, immature stage, that is pro-hormone, pro-insulin. Now insulin in mammals and it's including in all mammals, including human beings, produce in an inactive stage, or immature stage, called pro-hormone or pro-insulin in specific, that is pro-insulin. Just like the proenzymes. Okay? So, what is the structure of the insulin? See the structure of the insulin gene. Actually, it consists of 3 polypeptides. The insulin gene consists of 3 polypeptide chains. 3 peptides, you can tell the 3 peptide chains. They are actually that insulin, pro-insulin. This is pro-insulin, inactive insulin. Pro-insulin consists of three peptide chains A, B and C. When it gets activated, when the pro-insulin gets activated, it is inactive form. When activated, insulin is produced. Insulin is the active form. It consists of polypeptide A chain and B chain. A chain and B chain. A chain consists of 21 amino acids, whereas B chain consists of 30 amino acids. So the insulin hormone is made up of the 51 amino acid. The gene actually it is the polypeptide, the structure of, not the gene, it is the structure of pro-insulin. How the polypeptide is there? You see, this is the A peptide, this is B peptide, and green color one is the C peptide. What is the function of C peptide? C peptide actually helps these two polypeptide to bring closure. They make the actually I can show you like this. Here I am showing. Suppose this is the A, this is the B. So what it makes, suppose the C peptide is present like this. So it brings closure. The A and the C brings the A and B closure, so that this A and B can be bonded by disulfide bonds. They can be bonded by two disulfide bonds. So what happens? The C, when they come closer, the A and the B remains, and the free C is obtained. This is free C peptide. Free C peptide. Okay, its use is not explained, but however, it helps in bringing the A peptide and B peptide close to each other, and then these due to the presence of the, you see here, due to the presence of sulfur, they make the disulfide bond, okay, and make the active insulin. It is inactive pro-insulin. This is active insulin, active or mature. Active or matured insulin, whereas this one is the green one. I have shown you over here. The C peptide is in the green color. So this is A, this is B, this is C peptide, C chain. Get clear. Okay. So Eli Lilly, when first Eli Lilly synthesized this insulin in the name of, with the trade name Humulin, actually what happened? The E. coli microorganism is used, Escherichia coli. From the E. coli, the plasmids are taken out, which the plasmids are having antibiotic resistant promoter and beta galactosidase. At the beta galactosidase, with the help of the same restriction enzyme to get the sticky to clear the plasmids. Actually, the A and B cannot be synthesized within the same E. coli cell, within the same host cell. So, why the matured insulin cannot be synthesized within the E. coli? Because in prokaryotes, in the E. coli, the hnRNA, the RNA produced by the transcription. What happens? I am erasing this much, this portion. Okay, 21 amino and remember 30 amino acids are present in A. Here 21 amino acids, here 30 amino acids. Okay. So in E. coli, why the A and B both cannot be produced? Because there are when the transcription is done, suppose the DNA is taken, the desired gene is taken. Okay, gene is this is insulin gene. Then transcription is done. When transcription is done, we get hnRNA, heterogeneous RNA. Here what happens? What is there? In this hnRNA, the exon, intron portions are there. I am telling exon, the functional part of the DNA, and intron, non-functional. As you know, intron is non-functional. So this is called heterogeneous RNA. But when it ends, there is no splicing enzyme in all eukaryotic cells, in mammalian cells, including the human. When the insulin is produced, there the splicing hnRNA, transcribed hnRNA can be spliced, because splicing enzymes are there. In bacteria, the splicing enzymes are not present. Splicing to cut down, and so if the exons and introns are cut into separated units, again by uniting the exons, some ligase enzyme is there, by joining enzymes are there, the polymerase enzyme. Again these exon units can be reunited with the help of polymerase and produces the mRNA. From the mRNA, the insulin is synthesized. But here in the bacterial cell, because of the heterogeneous formation of heterogeneous RNA, and due to the absence of, write down the points what I am saying, due to the absence of splicing enzyme, so these cannot be synthesized directly in the bacterial cell, and for Eli Lilly company, the firm of the American company Eli Lilly, the engineers of that firm decided to synthesize A peptide, B peptide in two different E. coli, rather than synthesizing A, B and unrequired useless C peptide. Why to produce this C peptide along means we need A and B unnecessarily? It is a cost factor. So the cost, to reduce the cost factor and to make it easily, the A and B peptide are produced in different E. coli. Then they are processed to produce the cDNA. I am showing you over here. Actually, the hnRNA are produced in E. coli bacteria. That A peptide or B peptide, they are produced along with the functional unit and non-functional unit. Okay, contains the functional and non-functional units. Okay, second term, means outside the E. coli. In the laboratory, what happened? These are spliced. These are spliced by splicing technique. By doing splicing, the exons only. They are exons only are arranged, and this is the mRNA, and this is the developed in synthesized, and from mRNA, this is by splicing technique. Then by the process of reverse transcription, this is not within the E. coli. We have to introduce again. We have to introduce within the E. coli which gene? We need to introduce the gene for A peptide and gene for B peptide separately. And we are collecting it and in the lab we are doing the transcription, then HRN is produced and splicing is done, then from splicing then mRNA is produced, and through reverse transcription, this is transcription, okay, through reverse transcription, all these are done in the laboratory in vivo. Reverse transcription, the cDNA is produced. The cDNA for A peptide, the cDNA for B peptide, HA, peptide chain and B peptide chain are synthesized in the laboratory in vivo. The gene is taken, okay, the gene of interest is taken. Your gene of interest is taken. Which part of the which nucleotide sequence synthesizes the A and B? They are designed to cDNA because the cDNA cannot be produced in the E. coli. So, first of all, through transcription, hnRNA is produced. Then from hnRNA, the splicing by doing the splicing by cutting the exon units, the mRNA is synthesized. From mRNA through reverse transcription, cDNA, that is complemented DNA, is produced. Then cDNA for the A chain, cDNA for A chain, that is introduced in one plasmid which is taken from E. coli, and the cDNA for B chain, B peptide is introduced to another plasmid. These are the plasmid, okay, this is plasmid, this is also plasmid, and different plasmid A and B are introduced, okay, here insulin A, insulin B, that is the cDNA, insulin B, that is cDNA, okay, cDNA, which is synthesized in vivo in the laboratory. Okay, then we are joined. This is cDNA of for A. This is cDNA for B. Thus, within the E. coli, now that are introduced these plasmids, the recombinant, here R plasmid. This is R plasmid. This is R plasmid, recombinant plasmid chimera, recombinant DNA introduced into the plasmid free Escherichia coli. Now they are cultured. cultured and replenish a large amount of that A peptide and B peptide are obtained. Actually, these restriction endocrine plays that contact the point, the beta galactosidase at the beta galactosidase site. Okay, the gene Z gene, actually it is told Z gene that is expressing, okay, Z gene that is expressing the beta galactosidase. At this gene, the restriction site genes are that the insulin genes are inserted, recombinant DNA inserted into the plasmid 3 E. coli. Then in the presence of cyanogen bromide, they are obtained. These are along with the beta galactosidase. So beta galactosidase is to be freed from the desired A peptide and B peptide. So it can be done in the presence of cyanogen bromide, and when the A peptide and 3 peptide obtained from the different E. coli, then after obtaining the A and B peptide along with the beta gal, they are separated, purified, processed and purified using the bioreactors. Then the purified A and B, they are joined, they are mixed together. So we got the final product, insulin, human insulin, which is similar to active human insulin known as humulin. Okay, this is all how the human insulin is produced, synthesized. As I told, these are cultured. The E. coli containing the A peptide, beta gal insulin A, the E. coli containing beta gal insulin B, they are cultured, means they are cloned. Number of copies are produced. Then they are collected into a bioreactor containing a medium. In medium, cyanogen bromide is there. Then purified forms are obtained. Then for marketing, how they are packed, we will discuss. They are available in two forms, that is in pen form and vial form, that we will discuss here. Types of insulin. Let us discuss the market strategy of the insulin. How they are marketed. Insulin is marketed in two forms, that is injectable and inhalable. That can be inhaled. So injectable form, again it is produced, developed in pen form, like a pen. Okay, pen and vial. Like a pen and a vial. Vial form is the bottles, the injection bottles, how it comes. Okay, the glass bottles, they are packed in glass bottles. Pen form, they are like pen. Again, pens are available in disposable and reusable. Pen, directly one can, just it looks like a pen, one can inject oneself. The patient can inject oneself. Then, so pen form again available in disposable and reusable form. Here are some companies. You see, the Pfizer Indian Corporation of USA only developing inhalable insulin, whereas the all companies except Wockhardt Limited developing the vial form, producing vial form, and all other companies, they are marketing in the pen form. The second attempt is done, second trial is done doing the expression of the cloning clone genes in yeast cell. First attempt done in E. coli, and second attempt is done. Second trial of insulin synthesis in E. that in each cell easily the expressed peptides are clipped and rejoined in a perfect manner. Perfectly in each cell easily the peptides, the propeptides, the insulin are clipped and join A peptide and A and B peptide. Okay, A and B peptide perfectly. Still then, yeasts are not used. Still, the companies are using the E. coli, Escherichia coli. Okay? So, the choice of that microbe as a host cell is Escherichia coli. What is used? Escherichia coli only preferred. Use still on. Okay? So this is how we discuss how the insulin is synthesized by using the Escherichia coli as a host cell, and in the laboratory it is in vivo the chains A and B for the A and B the cDNA is synthesized, then they are introduced into A and B are introduced separately into different E. coli which are plasmid free, and then they are cultured, the genes are cloned and host cell based cloning is done, then they are the product is collected, they are purified and packed and marketed. Okay, next we will discuss gene therapy. Yes, it is important for the 2.5 short note, 3.5 short note of the long question, and 1 mark, lot of 1 mark questions are there. Okay.